Welcome back to another set of off-pitch podcast, and leo tuko na one of the pioneers wa Blak Blad. Mwenye amecheza hii game for a very long period of time, and after kucheza ameingia into now the coaching area, and he's actually doing well. And if you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, kindly please do that and follow what we are doing, and we'll really appreciate. Thank you so much. We'll introduce and tuambie.
Rotich Kibet ndo majina zangu, currently Blak Blad coach, head coach, also assisting Kenya Police and AP Rugby.
Tumekuwa na Blad imekuwa Kenya Cup for a very long time now. You are the one of the few people wamecheza Blad, na now umerudi Blad kusaidia Blad in terms of now coaching. Can you tell us your journey of rugby, please?
I joined Blad 2011 May tarehe 5 nikijoin KU. Alafu first weekend I think tulienda tukacheza na Homeboys, and from then nilika make your team. Then we got promoted to Kenya Cup 2012. Played there till 2015. Nikamaliza, nikaenda Homeboys for a stint 1 year. Then after that nikapotea kuchase life kidogo. Then made a comeback in 2016. Then Homeboys kidogo, then I went to Impala. 2019 nikaamua kuhang boots. Sasa mwacha ni serve game na a different path.
Ukiangalia sports ni one of the things that zenye zimefanya most people wame achieve a lot in life. Na ukiangalia pia your journey in rugby, not only in Blad but niko so sure umecheza club hockey. Journey ya rugby, unaweza tuambia tu journey ya rugby in brief, what you've learned probably in Blad and club level as well.
I think first thing about rugby it's the brotherhood, it's a family thing. People like the bond in it is something so addictive to car drugs. Ukisha join ni so hard kuacha unless maybe upate an injury that forces you to leave, but either way bado tutakuwa maybe unaenda hizo games ama una support in different ways. Again, rugby builds character in terms of perseverance, the hardship in training, the hardship teams go through ndio wakuwe able kucheza. So encompass everything about life, na I think people get out of it as better men.
Tujaribu kuongelea journey ya rugby in between the campus level, because ukiangalia it's so difficult kucheza rugby na progress into club level, kwa sababu ukiangalia the club level iko na a lot of demands compared to campus rugby, kwa sababu ukiangalia the campus rugby watu wengi huifanya like in a fun way, but lakini ukiangalia the achievements is not expected that much, but watu sema rugby wanacheza na roho.
I think tunaweza sema ni rugby ina require resources kwanza. Funding it plays a very crucial role. But for campus rugby, I think one of the things naambiaga players ni ati hiyo ni an opportunity to build a brand of yourself, so that by the time you're clearing school, as you move out to the club level, people know about you, people know about the Jobu brand, people know about the Rotich brand, people know about the Obert brand. So it allows you, campus rugby allows you to mature up with your fellow mates as compared to just jumping from high school to club level. There utakuwa umeruka level fulani hapo, because club level it's just business. Nobody is there to like build you up. So campus rugby is very important for players, and again rugby, you're not going to play rugby forever, so it's very important that when students join campus, play for the campus sides, then clear school, then you can move to the transition to now club where demands ziming. Huko unajua ni business. We invest, people, clubs invest, they want results. But campus, you can miss training, go to class and still come back and play. So kuna hiyo chance ya kurukaruka kidogo hapo. But club level is just about results. There is nothing about fun there.
Ukiangalia sports in campus, there's a way. Campus people are so much free, and ulikuwa mwangalia about discipline. I'm so sure I've seen you could transition in terms of rugby from campus level to club level, and we've been friends, me and you. There's a few things me learn. Learn from you because during our period, I think tulikuwa captain during our period, and there's some things mimi nililearn from you. Ulikuwa mwangalia about discipline, and ukiangalia the campus level, discipline is a bit wanting kwa sababu campus iko na a lot of things, but how did you manage probably to achieve what you achieved at least to club level?
I think nasema when I first started coaching, you first have to understand the players you're dealing with, because coaching a club and coaching a university side is two different things. For a university side, you need to understand the players, you need to understand their stages, their students, their age, whatever they want. Then after that, I think you can sell them your maybe idea and your philosophies, and then they are able to buy into them. If they are able to buy into them, you are in a position of achieving great things. If they are not able to buy into them, you will have some push and pull for some time. But for me, I think I can say I'm lucky. I have been a part of Blakblad that was not that good discipline-wise. So having been through the journey, I came in, I first ensured that we brought in a good team culture. We started building up slowly because it takes time to instill that. So once you've had the senior players buying to your philosophies, they are then able to pass it to the young ones, joining the team, and that is, I think, how we have been able to survive with them. I think they know what I want. They know how to what I expect from them. They know how we communicate. They know how we do things. So that's how they follow it, and I think for me, I can say it's been a success, and I'm so grateful to God for the opportunity. And it's always a privilege to coach the university side, because I'm always learning too. I'm always learning from them.
Kuna kitu mongelea na it's so important in each and every team, the culture. I'm so sure nyinyi kama Blood mko na a way yenye you operate. And is there anything that has changed in terms of the culture way? Vile nyinyi mlikuwa mnafanya and what's happening right now?
Yeah, there is a lot of that has changed. Initially, we used to probably drink before games and all that, but from then things go on changing because the game has also changed. You can't do that and play, so that has really helped us. Again, I think the team is player-led. Initially, as we started the team, you probably would, as a new coach, as a rookie coach, you want to be there in every of their things. But as time goes by, you notice that if it comes from them, it makes sense to them. They are able to then take up and challenge themselves. So you're only there to guide, and that is something that for the past 2 years I think I've been practicing. Most of the things I just say that this and this need to be done, then they find a way of doing that, and we get ourselves going.
Nakumbuka during your days kulikuwa na tank. Is there anything that you learned and umechukua from what tank taught you into the team right now?
Yeah, I think one of the things I started understanding about coaching is you are always looking for, until you can see a player for the first time and you like him, you really like him. I think that is how Coach Tank used to be. If you made a good first impression, he trusts you, and that is very important for a player, because if the coach trusts you, then it means you can do. you can do anything that is good with the trust of the coach. So I think that is one of the things I learned from him, having to be able to trust your player, so that the player knows that my coach trusts me and they can do that. Another thing about that, composure, but that one is still struggling and still trying to learn to cope up with it, because he's on the tech bench he was always composed, just silent, just ticking, making subs, just silent like that. That is something we are struggling to cope up with as I think the new generational coaches. When we have an opportunity to talk to them, we do talk to them, we share, we get some words of wisdom, we get to see how they understood the game from Kitambo and the current game, the changes that are going on with the laws, the way the game is playing now. So for wisdom, I think we go to them.
Bado tu tuko kwa the culture of the team. One thing I understand, ina bring up the team together, it's the bonding aspect. Now, there's one thing I learned about the bonding aspect from the rugby team. Can you unaweza tuambia tu how you as a rugby player, you always bond, just so that you find a way of bringing the team together?
I think apart from just playing, sisi tunakuwa na activities to bring pamoja, tunakuwa na activities za CSR every 2 months. So we visit hizo children's home. People are assigned work, kuna wenye wanapika from the team, kuna wenye wanafua, watu wanaosha matakataka. Then after that we have team building activities, maybe kucheza and all that, making fun of each other. Then on Fridays we normally have our team bonding session at a shopping center. We sing those songs, we enjoy each other, so we make each other comfortable around each other, so that we are able to then translate the same to the field. Because kama umezoeana msee huko nje, then it makes it easier kuitisha hiyo ball hapa ndani and all that. We've also talked about how people like take corrections and all that, how you bring up a junior player, how the juniors can also learn from the seniors, how to merge them. And I think so far it's been successful, because we have now a team that is united. And that's, if you go everywhere now, I think you'll hear about something they call that one. It's a slogan for us. It's something that has now like infected everyone. It's so infectious because of the energy we carry around, the way we carry ourselves, the confidence we have in ourselves. Something that has come across as a result of maybe good results, and also the bonding in the team, the activities we do. And we also thank Kenyatta University for giving us the opportunity to do that, because we normally have the field. We had an opportunity to play in the Super Series together with other teams, KCB, Mwamba, and it is something that they were enjoying, something that they were talking about. Wanasemaga ni oomph, yani iko na oomph, iko na energy. Yeah.
Ukiangalia the energy that brings the team together, ni kitu yenye imesaidia team sana kwa pamoja for a very long time. Na ukiangalia wewe as a player, first of all, you used to play rugby, and I'm so sure you've played rugby with great players. Unaweza tuambia the kind of great players that you probably played with and what you learned from them?
Great players. I think everyone is a great player, because every player is different. How they view the game, how they play, how they interact with guys. I think for me, the great players, I probably play with them. Once I was in Homeboys, so we had an academy, kulikuwa na vijana hapo. So those boys, they used to like they used to look up to me. They used to like talk to me, because they were not in a position to play the Kenya Cup. So they like didn't have hope, but they used to talk to me. So I used to really tell them one day they will be stars. And I think the great players that I can mention are the players maybe akina Yan Remke, Harlequins, Mike Nyakundi, Homeboys. There was Roy. Those young players that probably used to look up to me. They really made me like understand how life is a journey. The game is a journey, and now they are great players. They are captains of teams. They are doing well, and I'm always so happy to see them. Other great players that I've seen, I think, from Blak Blad here. I think my first game when I returned after I had gone out, we played with Acadias. I actually didn't even know him, but it took me like 3 years. Around 2021 is when I knew it was him, after he had been now called up, I think, to Kenya Sevens. I think for me those are great players. Those players that probably look up to me, and I enjoy seeing them play.
Ukiangalia during your period ukikuwa Blad, kuna players wenye before hata uanze kucheza Blad, kuna players wenye ulikuwa unaangalia unasema nikiingia hii team, these are the kind of players that naweza tamani kucheza nao, because I remember nikikuja KU tulikuwa na the likes of kina Ayodi walikuwa KU, now then kuja kuna now kina Rocky wenye wamecheza the national level. Which player mgani wenye ulikuwa unacheza tu na yeye una feel yenyewe huyu player tukicheza naye tuko na the kind of that kind of chemistry?
I think for the players when we get to share the ground with them, I can say the players that I played with them from year 2011, the players that we got promoted to Kenya Cup, akina Nyausi, Okiri, Okoa, Ezra, akina Rocky, Wekesa, Mbugua. I think I would say are great men for me, because they were part of the team, the journey. They also are good players despite the meager resources we had your time. I think wali motivate for me. Wali motivate.
Na your period, the grace period in which is a Blad before to when the club level. Kuna moments, kuna low moments na kuna high moments zenye wewe ume encounter as a player. Unaweza tuambia the low, okay, tuanze na high moments zenye wewe ukikaa hivi chini unasema these are the moments zenye hata ni zenye nikianza kuambia my players what we used to do na the moments that we created when we used to play. Unaweza tuambia those kind of moments?
I think moments na recall ni hizo za ESS move on our journey to Kenya Cup. I think zilikuwa moments poa juu tulikuwa tunaenda game hata wase 16 na team list nafaa kwa wase 22, and we still managed to come up with a win. Kuna time pia tulikuwa tunaenda games na tulikuwa tunaenda games players ni 22, basi imejaa madem ka 40, tunaenda game tulikuwa na mafans tukienda nao. I think moment ingine ilikuwa kukua able kushinda Kenya Cup, kushinda ESS to be promoted to Kenya Cup. Tulishinda Mombasa I think 21-0 pale RFUA. Hiyo ilikuwa something big for us. Kuna pia Vladi back to back 2014, then pia nikikuwa captain 2015. Kuna Kings of Rugby tulishinda 350,000. I think there is so much maybe tunaweza sema zenye we are just grateful for the team, for the chance walitupea tucheze, and for the opportunities zenye walitupea to kuwa able to create brands zetu. For the lows, I think one of the lows nakumbuka kuna dala tushaenda na coach Tank tukapigwa mpaka na Kericho, tukakuwa I think around number 24 huko, tulishindwa Spear Trophy na Kericho. From then Tank can make a decision that we are always going to travel 12 players. Na the funny thing about your journey ni the next weekend tulienda na Nakuru Prince Luna the same team na tukafika main cup semi-final na tulienda tu wase 12 na coach peke yake. So from then I think hapo ilikuwa turning point, because from then sasa ikamaanisha hao mafans hao madem ndo walikuwa wanafanya wase wacheze, and then culture can transition hivyo. I think another lowest ni sevens fulani tena hapo tulikuwa Christies, tulipigwa hadi na Makweni sijui hiyo timu inaitwa Makweni, walitupiga huko Shield huko chini huko. Alafu I think the lowest ilikuwa 15. Tulienda Mombasa game fulani hapo Mombasa ikatupiga 14-12 because the previous day tulikuwa tumeenda kuswim huko South Coast huko. So after tumepigwa hivi chase kwa lijama akatuambia ati angekuwa na gun angeshoot kila msee hapo. So I think the lowest moments tushaikuwa nazo. But I think for us it's not as at ni low, it means that low. I think ni life lessons for us zenye tulilearn, na tunaweza refer for those moments as lessons zenye zitatusaidia in life?
As a player, kuna moments zenye zina change perspective yako. Tuseme kama ukicheza kuna zile injuries zenye player anapata na zina sideline for a period of time. Unaweza tuambia injury gani wenye wewe ulishaipata yenye ukafeel yenyewe ika change mind yako to a different level?
I think the inaugural Masaku nilidislocatingi ankle just the first game tu venye nimeingia tu first touch ankle yangu ikakuwa dislocated na I had to stay out for like the entire season.
Is there anything that ilikushape from the injury that you got to ikaku up to a different level and now that in terms of now performance?
I think from then nikaanza kwenda gym for condition, nikaanza kukuja ku work on extra fitness agilities hapa kwa grao, na from then I think sidhani kama nilipata injury nyingine tena.
Nimeona players wengi wenye umecheza nao wengi hawaja transition from player level to coaching level. Nini inafanya wase wengi wana tap kwa game na wanaendelea na shughuli zao?
I think life rugby is just a part of your life. It's not life itself. So rugby is just a moment. You can only play maybe probably to 10 to 15 years. After that, in between ujue kuna life pia ina happen. You have work to do, you have families to raise, you have parents to take care of, you have siblings to take care of. So rugby inakuanga just a part of your life. Now I think it's usually said that you do not confuse a moment in life with the life itself. And so even one of the things arising nowadays, most of the players that probably break through to the national teams haraka, either under 19 or national squads, they do not continue to study. So nasikia msana defer. At the end of the day, you can only take 1 second to get injured na career yako ya rugby imeisha. What then do you do? So unapata most of the guys that fall into mental health because they didn't take care of their side, the other side of life. So as we coach these students, now any other player that I meet, I normally tell them it is very important to have a different life other than rugby. So you play rugby, but you also have something else that you're doing. So that in case rugby does not then help you, you're just switching you concentrate on the other side where you're being helped. Yeah.
As a player, kuna vitu mingi zenye wazi na happen zenye unakaa hivi chini unajiambia kama si my teammates. You've talked about the mental health aspect. Now player one is in the challenges zenye players wengi wana go through a lot. Now it's so hard to understand what someone is going through because the bonding aspect in a later players pamoja. Is there anything that you always tell your players? First of all, you as a player, nini ilikuwa na kumotivate sana because hizi ni vitu zina happen kwa life. Nini ilikuwa na kumotivate at least una get through hizo moments?
I think for me nilikuwa na as a player, maybe naweza sema my friends walinisaidia sana, akina Eric Otenio, Stevo. Tulikuwa tunashare, we used to like stay together, tulikuwa tunashare pamoja meals, tuenda pamoja, akina Lanya Okoa, tulikuwa tuna meals place moja, tunaenda kani swimo pamoja, tunafanya vitu pamoja. So then tuna create a very great bond yenye you are not in a position yati unaumia tu peke yako. So when you are not in a good space, wanaweza notice hata wanakuuliza ama you are able to share with them. Now that really helped me. For the team side, I think ninajaribu sana kukua in a position ya kuongeaga nao. So I get along with them. Now I enjoy, like we build a rapport pamoja. So tuna enjoy yana, naweza mwambia kitu hivi. So by the way he replies, responds and all that, na venye anakaa pia venye wenzake wanasema, I can be able to maybe understand maybe face yenye yako, situation yenye yako. Then pia they can easily approach, wanaweza niongelesha anytime, wanaweza ni text anytime hivyo. I think that is one of the things that sisi hatu kupata hiyo time. Coaches were so official ilikuwa just official matters, so you're not able to relate na coaches. But for me, I think the greatest thing na nafanyanga ni I am able to relate with my players, so my players can tell me like anything, but with respect to the boundaries pia za official channels, like he's my coach, I'm the player, so wanajua that, so wanajua wako able to share that.
Now that umetake role ya coach, what's the one thing that you've learned could transition from now the player level to the coaching level?
I think the greatest thing I learned, there is a way as a player you view the game, there is a way as a coach you view the game. There is a way as a player you view yourself, there is a way the coaches view you.
Yeah. We believe sports zote ziko na challenges. As a coach right now, niko so sure there's some challenges that you go through. Na nini unaweza tamani sana it happen, at least it could boost from where you are to probably a different level.
I think our dream, kitu si dream and pray for and we are looking for is partnership. To be able, if you can be able to get sponsorship, then I think the team can do wonders. But with that said, I really appreciate Kenyatta University for their support. They are constantly supporting us with whatever they can. We also appreciate the old boys who step in every other time. They come in to support the boys. They buy meals at times. They buy strappings at times. Because rugby as a contact sports, kuna lot that is demanded, kuna supplements and all that. So the old boys, they step in on a saidia here and there. But for most of the things, it's Kenyatta University that does. The players also step in ways and understand the situation. So unasikia gati, at we are Blakblad, come well fed, one of our calls is a game day. So hatuna hiyo luxury ya kununua food or anything. But I think I really appreciate kila kitu yenye na happen around, and we ask for those corporates na companies that can partner with us. It doesn't have to be financial. Yeah, you can donate in kind, maybe kits. You can, especially I think one of the most important thing we ask for a gym so that we are able to train like condition gym wise, rugby wise, so that is one of the things that maybe we request. So wale wata get an opportunity ya kuona hii podcast, kama we ni interested corporate or company, you can contact maybe Kenyatta University's Public Relations Office or the Sports Directorate for further directions on partnerships.
You heard from one of the pioneers mwenye mecheza rugby for a very long time na sahi ni head coach Blakblad. Tunashukuru sana for what he has told us. Tunachukua break, then we'll come back after a short period of time. Thank you.
Rotich Kibet, Blakblad head coach with Off Pitch Podcast. Like, share, now subscribe, watch this episode and support this podcast. Hii ndio Blak.
Welcome back to Off Pitch Podcast. Na vile tulikwambia tuko na one of the pioneers wa rugby, head coach Blakblad. Now we want to talk about few players. I've seen few players when you wame transition from blood to national team. Is there anything that probably nyinyi ufanya when at least mna to players from this level to the national team level?
I think to have a player, I think Levi, Acadia, Swahinya, Randy, Nick, Panda, Hobart, au ni players wameitwa national team for wakiwa blood. I think the greatest thing as a team, those are the wins that we enjoy most, because to be able to be called from a Blakblad or university side, it means there is something good that they are doing. And for them, I think we wish them well. Like Levi, after that, after clearing school, wali transition to KCB club level, which we are grateful for. Wanaendelea kucheza, wanakujanga pia, wanatusupport tukienda games, wanaongea nao, wanamotivate, na I think it's the greatest thing you can, to be able to transition to the national team ama club.
Now that 7 series imeisha, now that tuna transition to the 15th level, and the last weekend you people achieved one of the greatest achievements in players saizi mimi najua kuna game leo na kuna ile yenye imewapatia the spirit yenye imefanya at least wame up game, because it's so hard to put a team inapiga team kama KCB, because KCB wameshinda Kenya Cup for very long, wakona hiyo the streak in terms of winning the Kenya Cup, na ni metro the KCB sahi. How do you feel? First of all, tunaweza tuambia what transpired at least kupiga team kama KCB?
I think one thing nasema ni as a team, as an individual, as a person, and everyone mwenye ali take part in building the team towards hii time ya pre-season. I think we are just grateful to God. I think that is an answered prayer for us. It's something we've really been praying for, and we've been targeting, but just the opportunity had not come, and I think it came in a beautiful way. I think there is no better way it would have come, and we are really grateful. For me, I think a turning point was on the day. I think we were better in executing our kick and chase. Our defense was also better, and it started from the belief. The boys believed they can, and they went out to do anything that they would to make sure that we get the win. And it's a target that we had set last season, because I think from the time we started coaching around 2021, we had set out to beat every team in Kenya Cup, and God in one way or another has blessed us. We have managed to beat every other team. Now we only had KCB and Kabras, whom we had not beaten. Last season, towards the end, we managed to take Kabras to the last minute, but unfortunately they were better on the day, and they took the day. So when we got the opportunity, I thank God we were able to beat KCB. So we ask that maybe God listens to our prayers for the next team. I think that probably will be trying to beat will be Kabras, so that at the end of it all we'll have probably beaten all the teams in Kenya Cup, and then now we can continue to work and contest for probably the main cup.
Ukiangalia say Fladis inaenda kucheza semis. Ukiangalia sasa timu mnacheza nayo is one of the greatest teams. What do you always wish to achieve this season, now that season ya Fladis ndio hii na Kenya Cup almost kwanza?
I think the boys set their goal. They said they wanted a home semi-final. So for me, I think it's just to guide them around what they need to do to get to be able to get the home semi-final. That means they need to work really hard, because if we worked so hard last year and we were just able to get a quarter final, then it means we need to put extra work to be able to make it for the home semi-final. That's a challenge they are ready to take up. Secondly, I think for me, I can say our players really like these big games, and I normally tell them that if you find maybe if KCB probably beat Catholic University, nobody cares about that. But if Catholic University beats KCB, everyone cares. So that's the same way with Blakblad. I normally tell them, if Blakblad beat Mean Machine, nobody cares. But if Blakblad beats Oilers, everyone cares. So you have to make everyone to care. That is taking up the challenge of beating Oilers.
Small teams wanna care about big matches. That's one thing I know and I understand as a player. And kuna challenges mingi zenye saizi wewe as a young coach, ukiangalia kupiga timu kama KCB si kitu yenye utaamka tu hivi asubuhi na useme tu sasa tunaenda kushinda game. Sasa ukiangalia so many eyes are on blood saizi, and watu wengi hawajaamini sana mtu kama unaweza piga KCB, and I'm so sure that ulipata so many maybe calls, text, and say kuna that kind of pressure. Nini inakupa hiyo composure ya ku stay ahead?
I think one of the things Nambiaga players ni at we remain humble no matter what, whether we are winning, whether we are losing. We just remain humble. You just keep a low profile, keep working in silence. It's so disheartening. Unapata kuna kwa na comments fulani hapo hizi bigger teams wana making. So when you are able to get to that, I normally tell them, let that fuel you towards winning those games. Yeah, because if you can find a national team coach probably telling a player that you should be able to go to better clubs now, clubs that make sense, it's really disheartening. But I think those are driving forces that God uses us to disapprove such people.
Wow. Now, into semis. And kuna, as a coach right now, kuna zile achievements zenye wewe unataka sana kuachieve as a coach. And pia players wako hata akiachieve, because musema kuna zile trophies zenye ukikuwa nazo in the older ages zenye ukikukiziangalia hivi una feel proud about your achievement. Ni trophies gani ama achievement gani unaweza taka kuachieve sana as a coach right now?
As a coach, I think for now I think it's 4 years. One of the dream that we set to was making it to the playoffs, which God granted us last year in the most difficult of ways. For me, I think if I'm able to make it to any final and win it, I think that will be the greatest moment for me.
And for us, we wish you all the best. We will keep on supporting you as much as we can, and we'll keep on being here and cheering this team, because hii ni team ya nyumbani na kila siku blood ni one youth, ndio? Nini unaweza ambia sasa mafans hii Kenya Cup inataka kuanza?
I think our driving force, so just we do this for them. Yeah, I think it's just for them. I hope we'll really make them happy, and we ask that they continue to come in numbers to support us. We have the Onaki dancers. They have really come in to be a force to reckon with as fans, and we really appreciate them. We really appreciate each and every fan, from home, from those here in school, from social medias, off there in the rugby games. We are really grateful.
As Blood family, ni wapi tunaweza wapata in your social pages? Maybe unaweza tuambia, and probably wase wana watch hii podcast waweze kufollow your pages.
Instagram ni Blakblad rugby. Twitter ni Kenyatta University's Blakblad. Facebook Kenyatta University's Blakblad. So unaweza follow huko.
You've heard from Blakblad head coach Tichi. Ametuambia jani ya rugby and expectations zake as a coach, and mafans pia umesikia what he really wants, because I believe mafans ndio the 12th player wa team, na yeye anawish sana kuwa na mafans kao in this series ya Kenya Cup. So you've heard from him, and keep on watching our off-pitch podcast. Our social pages are on Instagram, tunatupata kama off-pitch podcast, Twitter off-pitch podcast, Facebook off-pitch podcast, hata TikTok pia tunatupata kama off-pitch podcast. Nini as your final words nini unaweza tuambia, so that at least whoever is watching this podcast keep on watching, and because umesema blood is a family, and we want to have more people into the family. Nini unaweza tuambia, and mafans pia?
I think karibuni Blakblad ni home, wasemanga $1, so karibuni huku mtu join time ya events za children's home, ku give back huko the little we have. Mukam games zetu, muendelee ku support players wetu, social media pia mtu support, and we keep growing the game.
Wow, thank you so much. We've heard from the head coach, and for us tuna wish all the best into semis, and we will keep on supporting as much as we can, and all the best pia kwa Kenya Cups.
Thank you. Asante.